there, friends. A lot of you ask me to make my famous fried chicken. Let me tell you something. Not only is it crispy, juicy, but it's delicious. I got all kinds of spices in there, and I know you're gonna love making it, I promise you. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best fried chicken I've ever had. Remember, friends, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned. I'm glad you're here. We're gonna make it right now. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, it was delicious. It was fantastic. Stay tuned. We're doing it right now, friends. Okay, friends, well, the first things I want to do is I want to marinate my chicken. Give it a little flavor, it'll make it more tender, it'll make it more juicy. Very simple, right? I got some chicken thighs and chicken legs, chicken thighs and chicken drumstick. Legs, yeah, I guess the leg. Drumstick. And I got about 3 or 4 of each. And when I do this, I don't want them to be too big. So when you buy them, make sure you buy the little one, eh? And then we're gonna marinate them. First, we're gonna put in some flavoring in there, friends, okay? So I got a tablespoon of very, very finely chopped garlic. 1 tablespoon of very, very, very fine, you notice, very, 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 yeah, I want it to be very because if there's chunks of it, they're gonna burn. Very, very fine ginger, then I shredded with the microplane grater. I have a full teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And I have something really interesting, friends, here. Up to you, if you want to put it in there. It's a half a teaspoon of curry. Everybody got a curry in there. If you don't, I make a recipe, and I'll give you the recipe for it. If you don't have a curry already made, then you buy already. It gives it a really good je ne sais quoi in the background. And then we're going to put about a couple of cups of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can just use regular milk. And for let's say 2 cups of buttermilk, a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. Leave it at room temperature for 15-20 minutes, and you got buttermilk. All right, so about a couple of cups of whatever it's going to take. I would say about 2-3 cups it's going to take. We're going to put a little bit of hot sauce. Put whatever little hot sauce you want. That's something you want to skip, you skip it. Don't worry about it. All right, so this is the flavoring that we're going to give to the marinade, and we're going to marinate it for about, if you have a couple of hours, a little hotter. If you have a couple of hours, that'll be great. If you don't have them, I think I'm going to use 3 cups. If you don't have a couple of hours, friends, then do it however long you got. You notice I'm measuring very carefully. Do it for however long you got. If you got 20 minutes, then do it in 20 minutes. But do it for a few minutes, please, all right? Longer you leave it, and more flavorful your chicken is going to be, my friends, I promise you. So I do it in a bowl. You can do it in a bag. Some people do it in a bag. You can do it in a bowl. Whatever makes you happy. I like it to put it in a bowl. And then we just move it around. I left the skin on the chicken. It's up to you. Some people don't want to take it off. It's up to you. You do this. And this, my friends, I'm going to put it in my fridge. I'm going to do it 3-4 hours myself, minimum. Okay, and I'm going to leave it in there, and then I come back. I'll show you how I finish it up. All right, friends, so I see you for you, it's going to be a flash. For me, it's going to be at least 4 hours. See you in a minute. Okay, friends, it's been about 4.5 hours. You want to take out the chicken at least a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour before you're ready, so you don't want it to be too cold, because we're going to go in a hot oil. And what I do now, friends, I take all of the chicken pieces that I have right there, and I kind of drain them. And this marinade then we have, we're going to use it. I know, sometimes I'm going to use it, my friends. Okay, I'm going to put it all in there like this. Yeah, let's put it all in there. Sure, why not? Put it all in there. Then we know the chicken is going to be well coated the first time we're going. The secret here is going to be to keep my hand clean. Yeah, good luck with that. That's going to be interesting. First, I'm going to take the chicken. I'm going to let it drain for a minute, just right there. We're not going to pay attention to it. We're going to prepare the flour. And the flour, we're going to put, I got about 2.5 cups of flour. And I have a 1/2 cup of cornstarch. And if you have it, I have a very fine cornmeal. I have a 1/4 cup of cornmeal. That's going to give us a nice little crunch. If you have it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. I have a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon of ginger, powdered garlic. And those are real garlic. It's not like this garlic salt. It's powder of garlic. So it's dry garlic that has been powdered. And believe it or not, I buy it at Costco and I love it. They do a good job. I have 2 teaspoons of paprika. I have this beautiful Hungarian paprika. It's really beautiful. Now, I'm going to surprise some of you in here with this, but I'm putting 2 teaspoons of curry. It's not going to be like curry-like, but curry has a lot of flavor in there. And if you put very little of this in the background, it's quite delicate. My curry is not very hot, so I'm putting a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Now, I like a lot of flavor. I have this Creole seasoning. You got your own Creole seasoning? Put it in there. Just like a teaspoon. Again, a lot of flavors, all in the background, friends, okay? They're not going to be like right in the foreground for you. They're going to be in the background. They're going to be delicate. And you know you're going to be very, very flavorful in here. All right? So now, what I haven't put in here yet is salt. And salt is extremely important. We're going to put in about 2.5 teaspoons of salt, roughly. It's really up to you how much salt you want to put in here. And we're going to put another 1/4 teaspoon, carefully measured, of black pepper. All right? So now we got this right there. A little more full salt right there. We got this out of the way. And now what we're going to do, my friends, we're going to mix it up really good, okay? Mix it up really good. That's really, really important before you do anything. I see people put the flavor on top of the chicken and everything. You never get there. See right there? Mix it up really good. Now it's mixed, and now what do? Now we take the chicken that has been marinated for a few hours, and we're going to take it. There's no way I'm going to keep my hands clean, so we're going to do it. We're going to put it in here, and we're going to use the dry hand. Probably just going to do a couple of them to demonstrate my techniques. And we're going to make sure it's really in there, my friends. Really, really in there, right? You see? Nice and dry. Right in there. Get rid of the excess. And now, what we're going to do, friends, this is where I'm going to need the old bowl right there. Let me make sure I got everything out of there. And what we're going to do, we're going to drain this as much as possible. Try to get most of it, you see? There you go. I got most of it. All right. Let me put this out of the way. And now what we're going to do, friends, we're going to take this beautifully coated chicken and we're going to go right back in there. So you can imagine your hands are going to be a mess, but it's okay. Because now what we're going to do, friends, we're going to go back in there. Yeah, that's going to give us an amazing coating. You see? Right in there. Now make sure it's nice and dry. And we're going to go into an oil. Let me do one more, friends. Let me do one more. Put it in there the first time. And what we're going to do, we're going to go in an oil. This is about 320 degrees. You don't want it to be too hot, friends. Go back in there. You don't want it to be too hot because if it's too hot, your chicken is going to get brown very fast. And it's going to get very fast and it's not going to be cooked on the inside. So we don't want to go over 320. I'm only going to do a couple now because otherwise my hands are going to be a mess and I'm not going to be able to do anything. So bear with me 1 second while I wash my hand really quick. You see, the idea, my friends, is the oil cannot be too hot. Because if it is, like I said, too hot, you'll end up with a beautiful brown chicken, then it's not cooked. So it's extremely important that we get at the right temperature, but not too hot. Okay, now, I am not exactly at the temperature, so I'm gonna wait a second. Get a good vegetable oil or canola oil or whatever oil you want to use. There's people that say, don't use this oil, don't use this oil, use this oil. Grapeseed oil is a wonderful oil to use. Use whichever oil makes you happy. And I'm not at temperature, my friends. I'm going to wait until I'm 320. In the meantime, I'm going to do more of this. And as soon as I'm 320, I come back and we finish it together. Okay, friends. Let's make sure our oil is at the right temperature. You want about 320 if you can get it around there. You don't want to touch the bottom of the pot because you know it's going to be much hotter, right? So I'm about 316, 3. So that's good, that's good, that's good. We're going to keep the heat medium low. We don't want it to be too high. And then we're going to put them in, okay? We're not going to put a lot here, my friends, because if we put a lot of them, they are going to cool the oil too much. And be careful not to drop them. Just go it slowly. You just slowly. I'm only going to put 3-4 pieces in there, friends. Otherwise, it's going to cool the oil. And if the oil gets, and at that point, we don't want to touch them. We don't want to touch them. Let's see if I can put one more little piece right there. No, not even. You know what? I'm just going to keep them like that. We're going to keep an eye on the heat. And on the heat, the probably has dropped a lot. I mean, we have dropped just below 300 right now, and that's okay. It's going to come back. We're not going to touch it. We're not going to mess with it. And we're going to cook them. We're going to make it nice and pretty. So I'm going to continue doing that. Now, this, friends, could take a good 15 minutes. Depends the size of it they are. 15, 20 minutes. Take your time. There's no rush. You can't do that really fast. If you do it fast, like I said, the inside, they're going to be beautiful golden brown, but they're not going to be cooked on the inside. It's not like a chicken tenderloin. Those you can do really fast because they cook super fast. All right, friends? So I'll be back in about 15 minutes and we'll see how we are, okay? Okay, friends, it's been about 10 minutes. I'm going to flip them on the other side. They're looking beautiful. Be careful now. Easy, easy. Oh, I was able to add another piece because they retracted a little bit, so they are. I put the other piece right there. It was a smaller piece of the thighs, so they're gonna be beautiful. We're gonna check the temperature on the inside. We probably are still a ways away. Let's just see what we have here, friends. We had 120 on this one. This one says, let's see. Hey, I'll tell you what, friends, we're going to be ready soon. Maybe a little bit longer, a few more minutes. We want to make sure we get an internal temperature of the dark meat. Dark meat can do 165, 170, up to 180. There's nothing wrong with the dark meat at 180. I'm not saying the breast, though. The breast, 155. But the thighs and the leg, my friends, nothing wrong with cooking it all the way there to 180. This is going to be beautiful, gorgeous. You're going to get a beautiful crust, gorgeous. Oh, yeah. All right, friends, I'm continuing until I get to at least 165. 170, I'll be even happier. Okay, friends, I got a 165 internal temperature. So we're going to take them out. I put them in a rack right there. So that we can let the extra, a little bit of extra oil, very little if you look at it, they're pretty dry. I mean, they're dry. They're coming out of the oil. And while we wait, friends, for those to cool a little bit before I take a bite out of it, I'm going to put since I have the perfect temperature, I am going to put the other pieces that I have right here. And this time I'm only going to be able to put 3, as I can see right here. All right. So I'm gonna clean this up. I wanted to show you also, friends, the crumbs. As you're almost down, the crumbs is very I don't know how you call it, crumbier. There's a lot of crumbs in there, you see, and that's the best part. That's gonna create an amazing crust. Let me tell you, when we bite on those, they're gonna be crispy, they're gonna be crunchy, they're gonna be delicious. All right, let me continue this. Let them cool for a minute, and I'll take a bite of it. Okay, friends, I waited a few minutes. They're still hot though. While the other one are cooking, I'm gonna take a bite. I wanted you to hear this crunch. Let me tell you, friends. I don't know if you can hear, but this is very crunchy. This is probably very hot. What do you think? I think it's gonna be still a little hot. But I'm gonna take a bite out of it. My mouth is is ready. Oh. I don't know if you can hear the crunch. Oh. Can you hear the crunch? They're amazing, friends. Look. Mmm. For chicken. Mmm. Mmm. All of the flavors that I put in there, I'm gonna tell you, the curry is a little bit in the background. That is delicious. Look at most of this, friend. See how juicy that is? This is delicious. I'm not gonna take any more, so I can't talk. My friends, I hope you make it. They're really, really delicious. It's worth the trouble, because it's a little trouble, you know. Remember to keep your oil at the right temperature. Constantly check your temperature, my friends, okay? I was at 340s, could hear a little bit. So, as long as you keep it around 320, you're gonna be fine. Don't go too high, otherwise, like I said, they're not gonna cook on the inside. Thumbs up if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and my friend, don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching. Did you hear that crunch? Look how juicy that is. Oh, it's still hot. My goodness. We did it. They're delicious.